Hello and welcome to our new orcharhino tech update video. Today we are presenting you orcharhino 7.8. So let's have a look on the changes and new features we got for you with orcharhino 7.8. First of all, you may have noticed that Ubuntu 26.04 has been released. So with orcharhino 7.8 we are now fully supporting also Ubuntu 26.04. But let's have a short look on the UI to see how everything looks like. Here we are on our demo orcharhino on the operating system tab. When I scroll down here, we can see that Ubuntu 26.04 has been created and configured. I just click on the name. Now actually we can see the name of the operating system, the major version, description, family, and release name Resolute. We see architecture, root password hash, and can see that everything as partition table, medium, and templates already has been configured. If I now go to our all hosts page, we can see all our hosts in our orcharhino, and we can actually see that there's also one Ubuntu 26 server already running. Now we are on the all hosts page. When I scroll down, we can see our Ubuntu 26 server. I will just click on it, and then actually we can see the content. So let's click on content. We see there are no errata yet. We see the attached repositories, and we can actually see which packages are installed on our Ubuntu server, and we can check if we already got any upgrades. So let's wait a second, and here we go. We already got our first package upgrade. But let's actually have a look on our server itself. So let's log on our Ubuntu server. So now we are on it. Let's cross-check the operating system. So we can see we are on Ubuntu 26.04. And let's have a look on the repositories which are connected. And you can see here it's connected to orcharhino. It's getting the operating system repositories here, here, and here. You can see we have the orcharhino client right here. We are connecting to OpenBox and to Salt. And one thing you also can see here, the generic path under which everything has been provided to orcharhino has been shortened right here. This is because in case of very long paths and very structured paths, due to content views and so on, sometimes when the path exceeded 255 characters, we got a warning by apt. This has been fixed by creating this abbreviation right here. And as you just saw on our Ubuntu 26.04 server, we fixed the apt warning that a path containing more than 255 characters is too long. Further, we improved the memory usage for things of RPM and Ansible repositories. Also, we have made improvements in the workflow for boot-based provisioning. But let's actually have a look in the orcharhino UI to see how things have changed. Here we are back on our demo orcharhino. So let's deploy a host boot-based. We'll see in the beginning not much has changed. I will now click here on create host. So the standard use case for boot-based deployment is if you don't have a DHCP, but you can do it anyway. So let's, for example, deploy a Debian 13 host. Now let's select the corresponding host group. We now go to the operating system and select boot-based, and then we submit. You can see here that the boot disk is being created and uploaded, in our case, to our VMware. So now that's the first improvement. Once the deployment is complete, the uploaded boot disk on VMware will be automatically deleted and the disk space will be released again. The second main improvement is now that we made rebuilds fail-safe. So let's have a look on a pre-deployed host and see what actually has changed. So we got here our Armor 9 boot disk host. We see here everything is up and running, and now we want to rebuild it. So this host cannot be safely rebuilt as long as it's running, because the boot disk needs to be uploaded and attached to the server, which cannot happen as long the machine is running. Therefore, now if we try to rebuild, we can see here it is now telling us that the host must be part of to trigger a rebuild. So let's do that. We scroll down to the power button, we power it off, we confirm that. So now we can see the host has been powered off. Now we can actually trigger the build. We confirm that once it says everything is fine. Now the new boot disk will be created. It will be uploaded to VMware. And once it tells us that everything is fine, we can power on the host and send it to build. So let's wait a few more seconds. And here we go. We power the host back on. And now the host is rebuilding. Also, orcharhino 7.8 comes with new tech previews. Orcharhino now includes a new generic compute resource integration based on OpenTofu. The new approach makes it easier to add support for additional compute providers without requiring a dedicated plugin for each platform. Instead, orcharhino uses OpenTofu providers from the OpenTofu registry to communicate with supported compute resources. For customers, this means that support for new compute resources can be added more quickly and in a more standardized way. With orcharhino 7.8, we will deliver the OpenTofu provider with a Hetzner cloud. Future releases will deliver more providers, like for example, Nutanix. I hope you enjoyed all the new features of orcharhino 7.8 and hope to see you for the next release again. Have a nice day and bye!